Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret.
Good morning, everybody. Let me push some buttons over here real quick. I think I'm fully activated right now. Let me find out here. Scene. No, that's not right. Studio mode. Editor. No, I don't want studio. There we go. All right, looks like we are on. Oh my God, what a morning. Nothing but computer problems all morning, but those are my problems and not yours. Hopefully somebody gives me a 5x5. That would be super duper. Where's my damn coffee? Hold on. All right. Cheers to everybody here. Thank you for the 5x5. Ian, appreciate you, man. I'm going to put that coffee on my 180-degree coffee heater system. All right, let's see here. And I wrote down the names because the chat decided to change. Let's see here. Live chat. There we go. We're going to close that out. All right. And Debbie Chandler, like 16 hours ago. First, Bullseye Ben. Number 2. And Rose, you are deterred. Excuse me. I'm still coughing stuff up, guys. I'm still coughing stuff up. Hopefully nobody went into withdrawals while I was gone. Let's see who else we have in here. Let's see here. Bradley Collins, Catitude's in the house. Light Raider, Deanna, alrighty. West Virginia Pappy, Ian's in the house. Let's see here. Alice Adams, good morning. I don't recognize you. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you hit subscribe. I like your little smiley face. I like that little icon. That's kind of cool. Oh, excuse me. Lazy's in the house. That's what 3 eggs and cheese sounds like when it comes back. Looking at the giant map in front of me that says Gulf of Mexico. We all know that is Gulf of America. All right, so looks like we're starting to fill back up. And yeah, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. All right, so I decided to do this subject today because Captain Red Tie has basically he's cleaning house, and God knows he's doing a job, man. The left is pretty upset. Oops, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you, Oops. But that does not mean that we can ignore the financial issues that we were left with, um, by Captain Blue Tie and his merry band of pretend people. But we have to look at things realistically, and we have to continue to prepare for the eventuality. I'm back up on the mic again. I gotta back up. And for today's t-shirt is if you don't understand these, and a series of different acronyms. You can screenshot that. There you go. And by the way, guys, I always put a link. People ask about these t-shirts that I find. I always put a link in the description, or not in the description, but like I'll pin a comment saying, "Here's the t-shirt," because people seem to like them for some reason. So, all right. So, with that said, we cannot ignore our financial situation. And yeah, guys, we can expect things to get worse. Damn, I did it again. I'm doing it again. I tell you guys, I've got to take a breath. I've got to take a breath because like nothing has gone right. It's been just a crazy ass last 4 days. And I just need to spin it down. I need to spin it down a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. We're gonna get into this. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend, even though today's Wednesday, since that's the last time I talked to you was last Monday. If you guys missed my short from New York City, you'll have to go back and find it. You'll have to go back and find it. What's up? What's up, Shrapnel? Shrapnel Studios. Love it, man. So, financial preparedness for economic collapse. It's a boring subject. Otherwise, we'd have like 50 people in here right now. But it is what it is. Also, a quick admin note, guys. There is going to be another live stream on the other channel, the Red, White, and Real channel. We'll be covering the Doge hearings, which will be happening today. I don't think Elon's going to show up, but I think that when they start to read out the money and where it went, that it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. So that is actually already set up. I'll get you guys a link before this is over with. Where are we at here? I'll post it again later, but I'll give it to you now. If you're like on your PC and you want to open another window or something like that, there you go. All right, so financial preparedness for economic collapse. Now, economic downturns. Let me move over here. Let me move over here. There we go. I can't find it. You can't find what? It's right there on the screen, Deanna. Financial preparedness for economic collapse. Economic downturns and financial collapses have occurred throughout history, often leaving individuals and families struggling to maintain stability. What's up, Maynard? Maynard Watkins. I love that name. That's you guys. You're sidetracking me, but keep posting stuff. Keep posting stuff. It's good for the channel. While the scale and severity of such events may vary, financial preparedness remains a critical component of self reliance. That is the truth. Those who take proactive steps can weather financial instability with less disruption and greater scrutiny. Following strategies outline a logical approach to financial preparedness, ensuring resilience in time of crisis. Andy showed up. Good, Andy. Check. Present. We're sending. I'm sorry, Andy. It's too late. I've already sent the roll to the principal's office. Hey, if you remember those days, put a one or put a Y in the chat. If you remember those days. I'm sorry. I've already sent the roll to the principal's office. You're going to have to go check in with them. All right. So, one of the things that we can do is called diversifying income sources. And what that means is just having more than one revenue stream. But relying on a single source of income can be a significant vulnerability in an economic collapse. Diversifying income streams provides multiple layers of financial protection. Passive income, freelance work, and rental properties or side businesses can supplement a primary job and offer security in case of job loss. Yeah, it looks like we got enough people in here that are old enough to understand. Establishing multiple income sources does not require an immediate career shift, but rather a gradual process of developing skills, identifying marketable opportunities, and leveraging existing expertise. Remote work, which is it's an ugly word for government right now, but it works big in industry. Remote work and online business models have expanded income diversification possibilities. Digital products, consulting, and gig economy jobs offer additional ways to supplement traditional employment in uncertain times. Maintaining various income channels reduces dependency on any single employer or industry. Now, this kind of goes against that whole philosophy. I don't want to work three jobs. I get it. I get it. But the truth is if you lose your main job, you have nothing to fall back on. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't feel tardy. Okay. Okay. All right, Van Halen. All right. All right. Name drop. All right. Let's see. Tardy, dude. 9 more and parents got fined. What's up, LocalPrepper? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. All right. So doing that is kind of important if you want to diversify your income streams. You definitely are going to have more. When I say diversify income streams or sources, that means you have more than one. That's all diversify means. All right, so the next thing we can do is to reduce and eliminate debt. Now, this is obviously this is obviously harder, specifically in this day and age, because of Blue Tie's policies that pretty much destroyed everybody's savings, the threats of going after their 401ks. I mean, you name it, there was a problem. There was a problem. But reducing and or eliminating debt should be the goal. Laszlo, good to see you. Good to see you. Debt is a liability that can become overwhelming during an economic downturn, which is what we could be looking at. Interest payments, especially on high interest loans or credit cards, can drain financial resources when income becomes uncertain. Prioritizing debt reduction should be a long-term goal to increase financial flexibility. Some strategies such as the snowball method, which means paying off the smallest debt first, or the avalanche method, which is targeting the highest interest rate. These are methods that can help individuals systematically reduce financial obligations. Refinancing loans at lower interest rates, or considering debt, or consolidating debt, can also erase repayment. Now, emergency preparedness includes financial stability, and reducing debt is one of the most effective ways to achieve it. Let me give you guys a perfect for instance. For those of you that have known me long enough, know that I bought a semi truck for my second oldest son. Basically gave him the money and said, "Go forward and do good things." And he's paying me back. He's paying me back. I had a credit card that I used to buy cars with. That's how much is on it. Yeah. And so he's paying me back, and he'll about once every 3 months. He's like, "How much? So how much do I owe?" And in the beginning, he was very surprised to find out that a huge chunk of what he was paying every month to me to pay to the bank, because I borrowed the money, um, was in interest. And I was like, but here's the thing: if you do it on a credit card, the interest goes down every time the balance goes down. And that's why I always did things that way. But the at one point, I want to say like $310, almost $100 of it was interest. And this is how, if you do a budget, or not a budget, if you just categorize all of your bills, and then once you've tallied up whatever all those bills are, deduct or remove what you're paying on your credit card every month. And you're going to see that four, five, six, $700 a month could be going to credit cards that you could either be saving or spending on something else. But I would recommend that you save it. So, how do you get rid of property taxes? You die. Oops, that's how you do it. I don't think the government's going to give that one up anytime soon. Anytime soon. All right, let's see here. The next thing that we can do is we can invest in tangible assets. Now, during an economic collapse. Now, what's a tangible asset? This is a tangible asset. This is a tangible asset. My feelings or emotions are intangibles. Okay, so something we can put our hands on. All right, we can feel it, we can touch it, we can taste it. That's tangible. All right. So investing in tangible assets. So during an economic collapse, paper assets such as stocks or bonds may lose significant value. So pay attention to what you invest in. Tangible assets, on the other hand, provide intrinsic worth and are often more stable. Real estate, land, precious metals, and durable goods retain value even when flat currency depreciates. I will tell you right now, tangible assets are those things that are on the shelf behind me. Food in cans or jars, whatever you prefer. Okay, in Mylar, those are tangible assets. But they won't pay the bills unless well, they won't pay the bills, period. But they'll keep you alive. Uh, I think precious metals like gold and silver have historically served as stores of value. Real estate offers both a place to live and potential rental income. Additionally, investing in practical items such as tools, food storage, and essential supplies ensures self-sufficiency in times of scarcity. All right, so I realize I need to go to the chat. I see where we got a lot of stuff going in there about being tardy and taxes. Tom Fish, good to see you. Always overpay credit card balances. That way, those snakes owe me money. Yeah, I normally do overpay. I like to double pay if I can, but I do like to overpay. Let's see. And how do you overpay? Just put 10, $20 more. Put $5 more. This messes with the interest rate, and yeah, it is what it is. Or should I say the interest charged? Let's see here. And Black Mountain Outdoors. Good to see you, my friend. Miko says, "How do you get rid of property tax? You'll become a Native American. They can't tax you." Well, there you go. Honestly, I don't know if I were to ever live on a reservation. I don't know if I can live on the reservation. And two, will the taxes follow me? That's a question. Andy says, Discover Card said if you don't use my card by March 15th, it'll be canceled. I don't remember when I last used a credit card. Well, Andy, you've got to have a plan. I'm not saying credit cards are the devil. I'm saying credit cards are dangerous. Um, you've got to have. I have several credit cards, but what I'll do is I just literally put it on my calendar. Go buy something with this, go buy something with that. And then I let it set for like 3 days after I buy it, just to stew in the system for a second. And then I go in and I pay it off before the interest can accrue. Some people do it the same day, which is fine, which is fine. But you know, you have to stay on top of that. I normally just keep them in the safe, and then when I need them, I'll pull it out, and it's like I'm gonna go buy groceries with this, and then I'll immediately just go pay for it, right after I use the card. Ah, love it. Let's see here. They are useful tools. Yes, they're handy to have. They're a great backstop. Some emergency happens. You have the ability to whip out this card, and you have that sense of well-being that you have this financial backstop. But you have to be careful because that backstop will very quickly get you in trouble. My biggest problem with my credit cards, to be honest with you, is my Amazon card. Back when Amazon used to have their own card, I would use it, no problem. Now I believe it's belongs to Capital One, and the interest rate's not that great, but there's lots of incentives to buy things on Amazon, so I buy lots of preps on Amazon, and it can get out of control. That ability to go beep boop beep boop and it be here in 3 days, you know, it can get out of trouble. It can get out of control. All right, let's see here. Establish self. You know what? Let's check the poll. We got 20 votes. We got 26 people in here. You don't have to vote if you don't want to just yet. I don't know that I'll cover anything that's going to change your mind because this is all just common sense, financial common sense that you may or may not already have. So the question is, what strategy is most vital for financial preparedness during an economic collapse? Oh, let's see here. 65% reducing and eliminating debt. That is a great answer. 20% say diversifying income sources, 10% say strengthening community networks, and 5% say building an emergency fund. 100%. All good answers. Got to have one for car rentals. There you go. Let's see here. Speaking of gas, it went up 20 cents a gallon overnight. That's surprising. Uh, get a tank of gas, then pay it. There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just you just have to time it. You know what I'm saying? Once a year, once every 6 months, whip the damn thing out, play with it a little bit, and then put it away. Talking about credit cards. All right, let's see here. Don't have credit cards, greenbacks, or debit cards. Got you. All right, let's see here. Establish self-sufficiency. Guys, it's extremely important to be able to be self-sufficient. Now, self-sufficiency reduces reliance on external economic systems, making it a cornerstone of financial preparedness. Those who grow their own food, generate their own energy, and develop essential skills are less affected by supply chain disruption and inflation. Urban dwellers can implement container gardening, hydroponics, or rooftop gardens to supplement food sources. Solar panels, rainwater collection systems, and alternative heating methods provide energy independence. Now, practical skills such as sewing, carpentry, and food preservation increase resilience and reduce reliance on commercial goods and services. There's so much to be said about being as self-sufficient as possible. In today's modern world, I think it's very difficult to be 100% self-sufficient. But it is not impossible. They call these people homesteaders. And even to that point, there's some things that you may never be able to be completely self-sufficient at. Like, I mean, are you really going to grow your own freaking wheat to make your own grain? Okay, great. Are you going to grow the gigantic acreage of crops necessary to make the hay to feed your animals? You know what I'm saying? The food to feed your animals and I know there's ways of making that. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm simply saying is that in today's world, you have to be able to operate both physically and digitally. The world is if that world ended tomorrow, you'd probably figure out a way to do it. But the reality is it's not going to end tomorrow. Just short of a freaking an EMP taking things out, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And anybody wishing for it would be a little foolish. Let's see here. Don't have credit cards. Okay, we did that. Rose says, any credit card I had recently was for work, but finance office generally screwed me over because of needing to get expenses approved. Ended up paying overdraft myself to prevent additional charges. Yeah, I used to have the government gave everybody a freaking credit card while I was on active duty, and they got people in so much trouble. But it is what it is. And it was on their credit scores, which is the big stink. What do you got going on there? Oops, oops. For those of you that have the space, USDA will give free grants for high tunnels. Friend got one worth $9,600 for free. What's a high tunnel? Is that where is that where you store the grain? Is that what that is? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Oops, I'm not sure what that is. What a high tunnel is. Homesteading is great, but you won't ever be self-sufficient. Community is key. Oh, 100%, 100%. Tom Fish says, my granddaddy only went to town about twice a year. That's great, man. That is absolutely great. Miko says, learn the way of the Amish and survive and thrive. There you go. Let's see here. Oops says USDA will pay $7 a foot. Okay. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Somebody clarify that. It's like a high tower is like a greenhouse. That's interesting. Okay. High tower. High tower. All right. High tower greenhouse. Term high tower greenhouse is not a standard term used in context. Okay. Can tuna recall, Genova, Van Camp. Nice. Good thing all mine's old. All right, so I see what it is. I see what it is. So a high tower is basically a giant plastic covered bar thingy. Okay, gotcha. It's a tunnel. I see. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. If you can get one for free, that's freaking awesome. All right. So let's talk about securing alternative currencies, also known as. Now, I know what a hoop house is. Boom. Gotcha, Bradley. Thank you. Thank you. But hey, this is an educational channel, so I do not mind learning about what a high tunnel is. So, all right, let's see here. Secure alternate currencies and barter system. You guys are going to you guys are going to all get your barter boners on because I know you guys love the idea of bartering. So, in an economic collapse, traditional currency may lose value or purchasing power. Alternative currencies such as cryptocurrency, foreign currencies, and tangible barter goods provide additional financial flexibility. Cryptocurrencies offer a decentralized way to store value and conduct transactions. However, they require a strong understanding of digital currency. Barterable goods such as food, medical supplies, tools, and ammunition hold practical value in crisis scenarios. Maintaining a small inventory of high demand barter items ensures preparedness for different economic conditions. Bartering, guys. Bartering, moonshine and alcohol. There you go. The militarist. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Many other grants there to farm or garden. Gold coins, silver coins, high tunnel, not tower. Also known as a hoop house. There you go. Eggs. Yeah, one day I'm going to get back to the property. One day I'm going to get back there and we're going to make this work. Pilgrim, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Um, and we're going to make that work. And you'll probably see a lot of changes to the channel. It'll probably turn into mostly homesteading type stuff. I don't know. I can't predict that. All I know is that I'll be working my ass off, and I might as well have a video camera turned on and in the corner. And so I think that will be a lot of that. But at some point, that whole idea behind bartering is great because I have great neighbors that surround my property. Well, I won't say surrounded, but are around it. Um, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind a little help with this and a help with that, and I'm sure I wouldn't mind some eggs or some or a pig or something. You know what I'm saying? Because it's great. Now the whole alcohol thing, that's great. Moonshine, that's great because if you can make that, The general idea behind, the whole idea behind, American moonshine, and everybody thinks it was based on prohibition, and it was. But once it started and people realized all they really needed was a low, a certain temperature fire for a certain period of time, and just put stuff in water, and oh, by the way, cook it off till it steams and turns and this and that, and drip, 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 and now you got yourself some shine. You know what I'm saying? Um, they weren't making it just cause they were making it because people wanted it. And that is an extremely powerful bartering tool if you have the ability to create it. Now, I'm not saying to create it now. What I'm saying is that if you had the ability to create it, then you would have an exceptionally strong bartering tool. All right, let's see here. Eggs are $1.79 in Mexico. No shortages. I know. Well, we killed like 4 million freaking chickens. You know, why? I don't know. Someone got scared. I was up there in New York this last week, and it was on the TV how was it I guess they have chicken live markets, poultry live markets someplace in New York. They were all closed because they bird flu was detected, you know. Uh, I think what we need to make sure our leaders are doing is passing down laws, rules, and regulations that actually make sense instead of just culling millions of chickens because some chicken farted and it smelled like bird flu. You know what I'm saying? We need to be, and the other thing too. So the other thing, the idea behind bird flu is that they don't want to have cross contamination, from animal to human, which is super duper rare. But I'm really, really wondering about the science of can that can that flu be cooked out of the meat? I mean, is there a certain temperature, If I get my bird up to 165 degrees, you know what I'm saying? Does that kill it? If I can get my temperature up to 250 degrees, does that kill it? You know what I'm saying? That's the science I want to know. I don't want to hear about how they're killing everything because they can't figure it out because the whole government is still in Looney Tunes mode. And oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know it, the government's still in Looney Tunes mode. People giving millions of dollars. We're not even going to get into that because that's not what this live stream is about anymore. But let's just say your ability to barter is going to be key based on your ability or the assets that you have to barter with, and learn to barter up. All right, fermentation is a simple process. Exactly. Low and slow for shine. True. Apple brandy with apple, sugar, and raisins. I love it. I actually love apple brandy. That's my favorite. Let's see. People were fighting over eggs at Walmart last week. Oh, yeah, I know. Because people are stupid. You know, I don't want to get too far off track here. But listen, don't go to Walmart at freaking 5 o'clock at night because everybody's there because their old lady called and said, we need bread, we need milk, we need eggs. Okay? Go during lunch. Go in the middle of the day. Go super early. They open at like 6:30 in the damn morning. Plan accordingly. I think somebody else says that on YouTube, but I don't give a shit. All right, let's see here. Um, Miko says, well, if you got property in North Carolina, you get back there. Trump made a promise. They're going to finally help you people rebuild their houses in the roads. I got you. I got you. Let's see here. Seems like it would. Homestead Creeker. What's Homestead Creeker? Don't recognize you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. What if inflation continues here in the U.S. because the dollar is most valuable currency globally, so other countries collapse? The other countries will run to the U.S. dollar for safety. Yes, there's a lot of truth to what you just posted there. Um, but I guess the question is, what if inflation continues? Inflation is going to continue, guys. We're not going to hit hyperinflation. I don't believe that the president will allow that. I think that he's already shown his willingness to declare emergencies. The government declares emergencies all the time, but it's not. It's like, gee, it's a piece of paper that says I've declared an emergency, which gives me the powers to do this, 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 and this. Now, there are people on the blue side that will scream bloody murder and say, he's a king, he's not a king, we didn't elect a king. And I would remind them that they didn't elect anybody because their side lost. Um, but what I would tell you is that You guys should never stop preparing. You know, any mentality of slowing down is foolish. Until you get to the point where you have like a year's worth of food and water stashed to the side, you're highly proficient with your firearm, you know the laws, you're paying attention to your surrounding, and you've built community. That's when you can like take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit and say, okay, now let's just continue. Let's rotate stocks. Okay. Let's refresh water sources. Let's let's reiterate training. You know what I'm saying? To stay at that level where you are. Because if you're not, then you're slacking. You're just slacking. That was a great question. That was a great question, Homesteader Creeker. Homestead Creeker. Let's see here. Oops says had poultry for over 30 years, never lost any birds when they claimed a flu about, which is every year. Yeah, all I did was put a net over the top of my chicken coop, my chicken area, so they couldn't get out, and I never had a problem. Never had a problem. The problem you have is when people start to sell eggs. That's a problem, because the government's going to find out at some point and get involved. Bradley says, I've been making sauerkraut for the second time. It's just 7 to 10 days waiting period. There you go. Gin. Brad makes weak sauerkraut. Try 3 weeks or more. Medical tyranny. Maynard Watkins. Medical tyranny. I don't know about that. I'm not sure what medical tyranny means. I am in the process of trying to get the girlfriend to survive from cancer, and we just went to the #2 cancer hospital on the planet, and so she has some other options. They never once said anything about money, but I know that it's going to get crazy. We probably spent close to $1,000 on our first trip just to go up there, subsist, and come back. So, I don't know what you're defining as medical tyranny. So, see, Pilgrim says, so the longer the better. Yeah, I would say so when it comes to kraut. Your damn krauts. All right, guys, we've reached that point in the show where you need to tell me you know what to do. If you love your country, not your government, but your country, put in #1 in the chat. Erica, I'm going to drink some coffee. It's nice and hot because somebody sent me a coffee heater. I'm going to talk some smack. I'm going to read you some stuff because it's an educational channel. And we're going to continue. Let's see here. But before we do that, well, you know what? I want to talk to you about something. I think this is the right one. Let me check my screen here. Yeah, this is the right one. Guys, I've got Jace Medical up on the screen. And the reason why I've got Jace Medical up on the screen is because I get emails from them all the time updating me on the status of medications. Right now, there is a shortage of ivermectin in the United States, moving up the supply chain to the global level. Not a joke. Still available, but they're starting to look at alternatives for the ivermectin. Now, with that said, we all know that we're talking about a trade war with China, and we get a lot of ingredients to make this stuff. Yeah, so if you don't have medical supplies, or the, if you don't have Jace Daily because you take medications every day to freaking survive, you're kind of a fool because they're gonna save you a lot of money in the process. They're what is it? Was it HSA and something other compliant? Put that in the chat if you guys know what it is. There's two of them. I know there's two of them. And if you do decide you want to save a little bit of money, you'll get 10% off if you use the code LocalPrepper10. It's that easy. No questions asked. Right now, they're the shiznick, and they there are other companies out there that offer different things, but here's what I'm telling you. But right now, as we speak, they're the people I trust. And I look at lots of them all the time. I've actually got another one I'm taking a hard look at before I talk about. But right now, they are it until I figure out something better. It's going to save you money, and is going to offer you more stuff. But right now, it's Jace Daily for your regular medications, and obviously Jace Medical for the Jace case. Here we go. The Jace case that's got all sorts of antibiotics and upgrades and things like that. Save some money, 10% off. Local Prepper 10. Pushing some buttons. All right, let's see here. What do we got here? FSA. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate it. Just keep cabbage under fluid level. I try to keep it about 75 degrees and no cooler. Cooler takes longer. Gotcha. Let's see here. Coronavirus lockdowns, mandates for shots. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that everybody, if you guys have seen the stocks, if you guys have seen the Pfizer stock, that they're not tanking. Well, let's just say they're not making $1 trillion a year. I think they're going to feel the pressure from the government over the next 4 years to start to come up with some actual cures instead of things that are like that do something but with 25 side effects like pooping your pants or death. When they put death as a side effect, it's probably not smart to take it. It's probably not smart to take it. I need heart medicine and EpiPens. Hit the website, Deanna. Not sure about heart medicine. You're probably okay. EpiPens, I'm not sure. Pharmacies around here have seen shortages. Yes, I have seen that myself as well, Pilgrim. Let's see here. I've made beer, wine before. I know the process is yes, very much so. Very much so. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and slide on down to reducing dependence on financial system. There we go. We don't need you no more, man. All right. If you want one of these, look someplace. Though it's there. I think it's there. It should be there. Anyway, banks and financial institutions may become unreliable during an economic crisis. System outages, withdrawal limits, and bank failures can restrict access to funds. Keeping a portion of savings in physical cash provides immediate liquidity in emergencies. Additionally, reducing reliance on credit systems ensures financial stability. Establishing direct trade relations with local farmers, artisans, and independent business foster economic resilience within a community. Guys, I can't emphasize enough that being dependent on the financial system is a mistake. It's an absolute mistake. Um, you should have assets. You should have money set aside that is not inside of a bank, that is not in like $100 bills. You know what I'm saying? Yes, buy a damn safe. It's not that hard. Also, put it in your mattress. That's not that hard. Okay. Grandma did it. Great grandma did it. Great grandma did it. You can do it too. Let's see here. Jace does have EpiPens. Last I looked at it. Nice. Good to go. Good to know, Pilgrim. Appreciate you. Lots of things to make beer and wine, dandelion and forsythia flowers. First things in spring. There you go. Okay. But I didn't know you could make dandelion beer. That's you live and you learn. You live and you learn. All right. So, next thing is develop marketable skills. Now, when we talk about marketable skills, we're not talking about the stock market. All right. Job markets contract or during economic downturns, making employability crucial. Developing versatile, in demand skills provides a competitive edge in uncertain times. Trades such as plumbing, electrical work, mechanics, and medical training remain essential regardless of economic conditions. Digital skills, including programming, graphic design, and online marketing, offer remote work opportunities. Adaptability and continuous learning ensures that individuals remain employable even as industries shift due to economic disruption. Now, the key things out of that was plumbing, electrical work, mechanics, medical training. They're essential regardless of the economic conditions. If you think about freaking back to the thing we can't talk about days, getting somebody to your house to fix something was kind of tricky. And if you haven't noticed, it's really weird because you would think that they would flood back in, but no. You got to make unbelievable appointments to get somebody to your house to fix something. So it's probably better if you know how to do it yourself. All right, let's see here. Strengthen community networks. Nobody's doing this unless you're like a hardcore homesteader. Individual preparedness is vital, but strong community ties amplify resilience. During relationship or building relationships with neighbors, local businesses, and mutual aid groups create a support network that can provide resources, knowledge, and assistance during difficult times. If you're part of a community network, put a number one in the chat. And that's all I'm going to call it, is a community network. You'll either know what I'm talking about or you won't, or you think you do and you will, and so on and so forth. Participating in skill sharing groups, co-op markets, and local barter systems strengthen economic independences. In times of crisis, communities that cooperate fair co-op that or what is it? Communities that cooperate fare better than individuals facing hardships alone. So the bottom line is, strengthening community connections creates networks. Okay, unless you're like actively out there creating a network, what you may or you may you maybe you need to take a step back because you might already be part of a network, especially if you're a business owner. You may already be part of a network that you're not actually even utilizing. So think about that. Think about that. Practice financial discipline. Economic uncertainty demands careful financial management. Practicing disciplined spending habits ensures that money is allocated efficiently. I don't know. I just can't read today. I don't know what the hell's going on. Creating and adhering to a budget. A budget. I'm gonna budget. You know who I'm talking about. Budget. Creating and adhering to a budget prioritizes essential expenses while eliminating wasteful spending, tracking income and expenses, negotiating better deals, and making strategic purchases increase financial security. Avoiding lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation. Do you understand what that means, guys? Lifestyle inflation is where you're spending more money than you should be, and you kind of get used to it. You kind of get used to the whole living paycheck to paycheck instead of getting used to saving money. And unfortunately, we're way too used to it here in the United States. Okay, so we're going to go with some final considerations and then we'll go to the chat. Um, Financial preparedness is not a one time action, but an ongoing process. It's a lifestyle, guys. Economic conditions fluctuate, and maintain flexibility allows you to adapt. It just allows you to adapt to what goes wrong. By implementing the strategies we just talked about, anyone can build resilience against economic downturns. Safeguard their financial future, and you can reduce dependency on unstable external systems. Now with all that said, it's so difficult. Hopefully Captain Red Tie can make it so that we can start putting some money away. Because God knows, if we lose in 4 years, if things, because this is why the left is so pissed off, because we're dismantling everything, every stumbling block that they thought they could put in front of us, and we're finding we're finding where all the skeletons have been buried. We're finding them all, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. So, going to the chat here, guys. Where we at here? Money spread out over several locations. Okay, that's good. Let's see here. Pharmaceuticals around here been short. We did that. Money spreaders. Okay. When in high school, chemistry classes were known for making Applejack in the lockers. Well, I don't know about that. Light Raider, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, Cindy. And let's see here. Mr. J showed up. Good to see you. Good to see you. The trick is live below your means. Yes, Billy King. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can save money, if you become a minimalist. All right, so now is the time. We've got 29 votes. We got 20 people in here still. If you haven't voted, now is the time to do that. The question is, which strategy is most vital for financial preparedness during an economic collapse? 52% say reducing and eliminating debt. Where are we at here? 17% and 17% say strengthen community networks and diversify income sources, and 14% say build an emergency fund 100%. Guys, if you don't have an emergency fund, you're really slacking because there's no reason why you can't save $5 a paycheck. There's no reason. There's really no reason if you we're really getting to the point, guys, where if you drink or smoke, it might be time to stop. It really might be time to stop. All right, so with that, that's going to be the end of the live stream. I don't see the trick is live below your means. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. And if you are not subscribed, make sure that you do. I'm normally here Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. and I do other live streams. So right now, guys, I'm going to be clicking over. You guys are going to see me over. Where are we at here? I'm going to push this. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I'm gonna be actually be over here at in 12 minutes, in less than 12 minutes. That is going to get fired up and turned on, and that's where I shall be. If you don't see me on the video, it's because I'm trying to get something else done, but I wanted to cover this for everybody. Uh, I don't think Elon's going to show up, but I do think it's going to be heated, and I will tell you that unfortunately there's going to be unconstitutional, you weren't elected, blah blah blah. There's going to be a lot of that junk that's going to be happening. So I just wanted to let you guys know this is where I'll be at 10 a.m. I'll be firing it up. If you guys can see in the background, it's already ready to go. It's already ready to go. This will be a live hearing, and this will be happening in the House Oversight Committee. It's actually a subcommittee for House Oversight. It's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting. All right, guys, that's going to be about it. I can't actually see the chat right now. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I shall see you guys. Well, I'll talk to you on that one. But as far as seeing you, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye bye.